All right, so in the last video, we saw how to save data into the database. So now we're going to learn how to read data from the database. Excuse me. Now, if you notice, this page is the connect page. So all we want in this page is to just create a connection to the website. So all I'm doing after this point is simply to explain how to read and write from a database. So the major difference between reading and writing is just how the query is structured. So for me to read, I don't need to pass in any variables since I'm not saving anything. So I need to delete this and then create a different query. So instead of insert, for us to read, we're going to say select. So select is reading. Select from. So now we'll put a star here. Now the star represents all. Now the reason it represents all is because you can, if you go to the database here, you can select specific columns that you want to read if you just want to get a specific column. Now if you want to get all of them, you say, you put the star, select star. Now if I just wanted to get the first name column, I'll just put first name here like that and say select first name. But I want all of them, so I'll put star. From users. Users is the table name, so that's why we're putting it there. So select all from users. That's it. This is all we need to put. Just that is enough to read all records. Now, since there are 2 records, that's not a problem. But if you have a large database, you might want to add something else at the end because you don't want all of them. You can say where ID is equal to maybe 10. This means you're specifying one record which has an ID of 10. Or you can say where ID is greater than 10. So these are things we're going to learn in future as we go on, but for now we just want to select all records. We're going to say select all from users. And then we have to run the query here just like this. However, we have to save the result of the query. So I'm going to say result is equal to MySQL query so that we can have some results in there. Okay. Now, if we try and print readable for this one, just a result, let's print what the result will bring. Let's go back to our file. And as you can see, the result is here. The result is an object. An object which is just like an array. So as we saw in our previous lesson, this is an array of sorts. Okay. Now, for me to see this better, like I did last time, I'm going to use some pre-tags from HTML. So I'll echo. Now the reason I use the print array here instead of echo is because I know the result is an array. It's not a single value, so I knew that it's going to cause an error if I used echo. So I'll put a opening pre-tag and closing pre-tag so that we can see it better. So if I refresh now, this is what you see. It's a MySQL result of type object. So here it contains information in form of an array of how many fields have been returned, what are the lengths, what are the types, what are the number of rows. So here num rows is 2. Okay, so this is what we can use to check if any rows were returned. We can just check this, what is num rows, number of rows is 2 here. But we won't do that now. What we'll just do here is retrieve the data from this result. Now to do that, we use a loop. Now the reason we use a loop is because there are several records in here. We can loop through them. We get one record, then get the next record on the next one, and so on. So let's do that loop that we learned, which is called a while loop. Okay. Now in this while loop, inside this while loop, that's where I want to put this result. Now what condition will we give it? Now we're just going to tell it that while there is a result loop. So to do that, we're going to say while my SQLi, fetch, and then we're going to say while my SQLi, fetch, and then we're going to say while my SQLi, fetch, and then we're going to say while my SQLi, fetch, and then we're going to say while my SQLi, fetch, and then we're going to say while my SQLi, fetch, and then we're going to say while my SQLi, fetch, and then we're going to say while my SQLi, fetch, and then we're going to say while my SQLi, fetch, and then we're going to say while my SQLi, fetch, and then we're going to say while my SQLi, fetch, and then we're going to say while my SQLi, fetch, and then we're going to say while my SQLi, fetch, and then we're going to say while my SQLi, fetch, and then we're going to say while my SQLi, fetch, and then we're going to say while my SQLi, fetch, and then we're going to say while my SQLi, fetch, and then we're going to say while my SQLi, fetch, and then we're going to say while my SQLi, fetch, and then we're going to say while my SQLi, fetch, and then we're going to say while my SQLi array, like so. We're going to fetch an array. Now there's a different, actually let me just use the same one and say result, like this. So this is how it is. MySQL fetch array is a function that requires one argument, which is the result of the query. So we put the result in there. Now we need to get this same thing. So we're just going to assign to another variable called row is equal to. So we're saying while, you see, this will push data into this one. So while this contains data, run this. So it will stop on its own when the rows run out, because the reason is that once the rows run out, this row is going to be equal to false. So that's why it will stop. So let's check it out and see what we get. So this is what we get right here. Actually, I'm echoing the result, which is not true. So what I need to echo is row. There we go. So this is what contains every row. So every time it retrieves one row, we print it out. So let me see that again. So if you see, there are two records, one array. So each record comes as an array. This record is an array and this record is an array. So as you can see here, it's an array with there's ID is equal to 1, username is equal to 0, first name is equal to this one. Now if you notice, there's 2 of each record here, because you see ID, there's 1100, Ethon, Chongo. That's because the way I am fetching, I'm telling it to fetch an array, it fetches two types of arrays in one. So the first one is the array that contains 0, 1, 2, 3, just like this. Let me zoom this in so you can see it better. So there's this array 0, and then it adds another one with ID, username. Now I don't like this one with 0, 0, 2. I just want this one where I know that this is the user ID there, this is the first name there. So in order to do this, we have to change this one where it says retrieve an array. We're going to use the word ASSOC. Now ASSOC stands for associative array, so it's a different kind of array. So I'm telling it that I only want the results that contain a word as the key of the array and not a number. So only this ID, username, first channel, and that. So if I do this, I refresh, you see that all the other numbers are gone except ID, user, and this is more user readable. So this is the first record and this is the second record. So this is exactly how to read from a database. This is all you need here. So in case you don't understand this part, don't worry about it, because what's going to happen is that we're going to code this connect.php only once, and then once we are done with that, the rest of the lesson, we're not going to need to do that. And then if you get a new project from a client, you don't need to even code this part again. You can simply copy this file connect.php and only change host, root, and password and the database name, and then this same code will run for you. Okay, so in order for that to work very, very well, we're going to need to convert this file into what is called object-oriented format. So we're going to do that in the next video. I'll see you then.